start out with request to assist in funding of the Independence Day celebration for the 4-H Center. Town Manager.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. We
And
have,
I believe Jeremy's here.
yeah, he is here.
Yeah, there.
We have received a letter from 4-H, the new director, Jeremy Stanford, and he is here in the audience. And they have requested to provide, or requesting $1,500 to assist with the budget expenses for the 4th of July. So let me introduce Jeremy Stanford, and he can get up and introduce himself.
Come on up, Jeremy. Front and center on camera this way, we're good. Please tell us everything about what you're doing.
Okay, well, good evening. I am Jeremy Stanford. I am about 2 months on the job as the new director at the 4-H Center. You all, I'm sure, to a person could guess some of the themes that I've heard as I've made my way around town and met with folks and listened to some people. What's number one? Is the pool going to be open? What's number two? Is there going to be fireworks? That's right. So we are going to do fireworks. We are planning about a $10,000 event, and the 4-H Center, of course, bears the risk of that event. And so we are going to host the event, and so we are asking for help in defraying some of those costs. We have received some pledges from private citizens. We've requested assistance, of course, from the town, from the county, and we'll be asking for voluntary donations at the entrance from patrons as just a multifaceted approach to try and spread out some of that cost.
What else are you doing in the raising funds? What else are you doing?
Specifically for the fireworks?
No, just to raise funds.
Oh, well,
How hard are you working?
We're working hard. Like I said, I'm 2 months on the job, and we just held our first event this past Saturday. We hosted our pancake and sausage breakfast, and had about 20 folks come out for that event, which doesn't sound like a big number, but it was a pretty rapid mobilization. They had about 7 to 10 days advance notice of that. So it came together quickly, and I told my staff the success wasn't going to be in the attendance. The success already happened just by getting the word out to the community that things are happening at the center. So we started there. So we have a multifaceted approach throughout this year for community events, for community engagement. Of course, we are working with a relatively new board and have a development committee. We are in the process of having a development strategic plan developed for the center and the board. So we know that there's a lot of work to do, and when I accepted the job, they told me it was a big one, and my first week on the job verified that fact. So I appreciate the opportunity to be here today, and I understand that we are a little late to the table in terms of the budget cycle, but I hope that there is margin, at least for discussion, for this year.
Jeremy, is this like a seed money you need to get started on your first year, that this will be pretty much your one and only time you'll come to the town for money?
No, I anticipate that this request will be annual. Again, you all were here last summer. I assume that most of you were here and might have heard what happened when the fireworks weren't here. They didn't, from my understanding, they didn't say that the 4-H Center dropped the ball. They assumed that it was the town of Front Royal and the county of Warren that put on the fireworks show. So let's make that true. Let this be a joint venture this year and beyond, so that there's multiple stakeholders in the event.
All right, let's run it around the table. Gene, start out with you. Actually, they left you out of the request because you were on the hot seat last year. So I met with them maybe a month ago, and they just sent the letter to Joe, and Joe will bring it out to us.
Well, you know, I don't know. When I talked to General Hobgood last year in regards to this, I was sort of in favor up to a point, and then later, after the county decided they weren't going to even participate, and I sort of felt that it was, to me, it's more of a county function than it is a town function, because we have our own And what scares me more than anything, if we start paying $1,500 to the 4-H center, then the front of our fire departments don't want us to pay for half of their fireworks they put off every 4th of July and this, that, and the other. So I'm sort of, at this point, I haven't made up my mind yet. I gotta think about it a little bit further before I make a decision on it. I need to talk to Joe and find out where the money could be coming from if we manage it with all the.
Well, I guess
projects.
maybe, Joe, we could maybe take it from the mayor's fund, or the mayor's budget.
Yeah, honestly, Mayor, I have not
That's
looked at.
Maybe an option, maybe, just.
The thing that we have to realize is that the funds that they're requesting is in our current budget year, it's not our
Sure,
future
yeah,
budget year.
absolutely. Jake, let's run to you.
I'm fine with that.
Natasha?
Yes.
Chris?
Oh, well, I'm on the fence with Gene. It seems like past few meetings, we've had organizations come here asking for money. We're giving it out. $1,500 isn't that much, but it's still, we're talking about utility rate increase, raising taxes, and giving money away. I think it's a great thing that they do, and I know the community appreciates it and enjoys it, but I'm like Gene, I'm on the fence. I can't say.
No problem. Gary?
Well, one of my questions, Joe had already answered, was where we're going to find the funding, but I'm all for it.
Bill?
No comment.
Joe, put it on the next agenda. Let's vote on it and see what happens.
All right, okay, we'll put it on official meeting.
If it passes, take it out of the council's budget.
Okay,
Okay?
will do.
Thanks for coming out.
Thank you.